How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today is finally the day that we are getting my 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ lifted. So we're gonna go ahead and load up all of the 4 of these tires in the Jeep and then head to the shop. But first, I actually wanted to go over what we're doing specifically. So if you guys didn't see my previous video of my review of these tires, these are the Pro Comp Extreme MT2 mud tires. They are 31 by 10.5 inches, and they will be on the Pro Comp Series 51 wheels. These are 15 by 8 with a 3.75 back spacing. Moving along to the center caps here. So these were actually pretty hard to find because the ones for the Series 51 wheels are discontinued. So I had to call Pro Comp and actually order over the phone. So if you guys are trying to order these same center caps, that's what they look like. I'm going to be doing like a whole review video after I actually get the Jeep lifted, and I'll be giving you guys like part numbers for all of this stuff if you're interested. But anyways, that's what the center caps look like. Then right here, let me show you guys the lug nuts. So they're just like black lug nuts, as you can see, and I did go ahead and get the locking ones. So you probably can't see this on camera, but these are a little bit different. So you need like a special tool to actually remove these because you can't actually remove these with just like a regular impact. So it comes with this tool to remove them, and this is just so people can't steal your wheels. So I figured it would have been a good idea to do that. Let's go ahead and load up these wheels and tires and head to the shop. So we are currently heading over to the shop. You guys can probably see the wheels and tires back there. I'm really excited to see what this Jeep is going to look like after it gets lifted and everything. Like I said, I will be doing a whole review on this lift kit and the wheels and tires, and like a driving review on-road and off-road, just to let you guys know how it handles and everything. So I'm really excited to make those videos for you guys and let you guys know my opinions on the lift kit and the wheels and tires, as well as their performance. I am really looking forward to like having another snowstorm. I really hope that we will have one, because as you guys probably know, I love driving this thing in the snow. It's going to be a whole lot of fun with these brand new mud tires from Pro Comp, especially if we have another snowstorm. If you guys didn't watch my previous snowstorm video, definitely go check it out, because I drove this Jeep completely stock in a huge snowstorm. Now, it's not like a blizzard like you would see in, like, I don't know, Park City, Utah or something like that, but it was definitely a lot of snow from what I'm used to. I also made a stock off-roading video, so that was pretty cool as well. But anyways, moving on to the lift kit. If you guys haven't seen my previous videos where I mentioned this, we are getting the Rusty's Off-Road 3-inch advanced lift kit. The reason I wanted to go with the advanced lift kit is because it comes with everything you need, obviously, plus a few extra things. So I just think it's a good idea to go ahead and get the advanced lift kit just to replace those old worn out parts, even if you don't have to. Some of the parts that we're going to be replacing include the steering stabilizer, the control arms. I also got the adjustable sway bar end links with quick disconnects. And I believe the total for the lift kit itself was about $1,000 from Rusty's Off-Road. Now, it did take a while for them to actually get it back in stock. I probably waited for like 3 or 4 months, but I've heard it's a really good brand, so I'm really looking forward to how it's going to perform, and I think it was worth the wait. So we'll see how it goes. You can see them right back there. They look really big inside the Jeep just because of how compact this Jeep is inside. You really wouldn't expect them to look that big, but I don't know. I feel like with the 3-inch lift, it's going to actually look a lot higher than it should, I guess, if that makes sense, just because the stock suspension on this old Jeep is already sagging quite a bit. You can definitely tell from the rear leaf springs that, you know, they're basically flat, and that's what these old Jeeps are known for, is a pretty saggy suspension. So that's one thing you do have to look out for if you are in the market for buying one of these old XJs. So if I'm being completely honest, I can kind of feel like the weight of the wheels and tires on the back, mostly like in the steering. It kind of feels a little bit heavier, and you can definitely tell that there's something back there. So I believe each wheel and tire weighs about 100 pounds, so that's like 200 pounds back there, which really isn't a huge deal, but you definitely can feel it. Now, I probably could have fit all 4 wheels and tires back here, but I just wanted to split it up because I'm gonna have to get a ride back anyways. So my dad's right behind me in that red JK, if you guys can see that. So he has 2 wheels and tires in the Jeep, and then I have the other 2 in here. So I mean, it definitely would have taken all 4, no problem, but I just wanted to split it up like that. All right, guys, so it's been a few days since we dropped off the Jeep, and we are currently headed back to the shop to pick it up. So I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. What do you think, Jeffrey?
I think it's going to look good.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ooh, I can kind of see it. Sitting out there. That looks pretty good. All right, guys, so enough teasing you guys. 3, 2, 1. All right, there it is. 3-inch lift on 31-inch tires. All right, guys, so we were losing daylight pretty quickly there, so I figured I would just finish the video here in the garage. Just give you guys a little bit of a closer look and a quick first impressions of the lift kit. There you can see those 31-inch mud tires. So just as a quick recap, I did get the Rusty's Off-Road 3-inch advanced lift kit with the Pro Comp Series 51 wheels and the Pro Comp Extreme MT2 tires. The wheels are 15 by 8 and the tires are 31 by 10.5. So the reason I went with the advanced lift kit is just because it came with everything that you needed plus a few extra things. So I thought that it would be a good idea to just go ahead and replace some of the old worn out parts. I will say that Rusty's actually forgot to ship out their adjustable track bar, so that's why the track bar is still the stock one. I'm going to have to go back to the shop whenever it actually gets in there so I can get the track bar replaced as well, because it is part of the advanced lift kit. So right there you guys can see the brand new coil springs as well as the shocks, that white thing back there. So those are pretty standard on most lift kits. And then one of the extra parts that I did go for is the adjustable sway bar quick disconnect, which is this thing right over here. So Rusty's actually does recommend that you go ahead and get that additional part. Just so you can have like an actual adjustable sway bar end link, even if you don't need the disconnect part. Obviously, same thing on the other side right there, as well as the coil springs and shocks. And then right over here, you guys can see I did go ahead and also get this brand new steering stabilizer. So it was recommended to me that I go ahead and replace that as well. So I went ahead and also added that to the kit. And then as I mentioned before, it does also include an adjustable track bar, which of course I do not have that yet. I'm still waiting for Rusty's to actually send that out. So now moving on over here, it also does come with brand new control arms. These are just the fixed control arms, so they're not adjustable or anything. And then right there you can get a better view of the shocks and the coil springs right there, as well as the extended brake lines that it comes standard with. All right guys, so as you can see, we are now at the back of the Jeep. We have the brand new full leaf springs right here. So they do also offer a 3-inch add-a-leaf kit, but I just wanted to go ahead and get the full leaf springs just to like replace the old ones and just get brand new parts. And then of course we have the new shocks on both sides, of course, as well as the leaf springs, obviously. And then we also do have extended brake lines for the rear as well. So one thing you want to keep in mind if you are planning on getting this same exact lift kit is you do want to know what diff you have in the back. So this is the Chrysler 8 1/4 diff. And the reason that you want to know which diff you have is because the size of the U-bolts back here is actually determined by which diff you have. And that actually is an option on Rusty's website whenever you go to buy this lift kit. They ask you which diff you have. I'm not going to be going too crazy in depth in this video. I am planning on making a full in-depth review of the lift kit as well as a full video of my first impressions. But in this video, I did want to give you guys like kind of a sneak peek of the lift kit as well as my first impressions. So one thing that I noticed is that these tires are a lot louder. Now, of course, that is pretty usual when you get mud tires, so I was expecting that to happen. Also, you can see they do kind of stick out quite a bit. This is a 3.75 backspacing. I think it looks really good with just a little bit of poke like that. But one downside to having your wheels sticking out is that they're going to be kicking up all the mud, rain, and water onto the body of your Jeep. So it's going to be hard to keep clean. Now, as you guys know, I have been trying to just restore this Jeep. I know lifting it 3 inches isn't exactly restoring it, but I did replace all the suspension components, so I think it counts. I'm still going to try to keep it clean. So another question that I feel like I might get is, did you have to trim anything for the tires to fit? And the answer is yes. So as you can see right here, we did have to trim a little bit of the bumper end cap right here, just so the tires wouldn't rub. And go to the other side here. You can see the same thing. We got to trim right there. And it still does rub the mud flaps just a little bit on turning. So I'm not sure where exactly it rubs, but I think it's the mud flaps right here. So I don't know if I want to take those off. I kind of like the look of them. But yeah, it's not too big of a problem. And another common question when lifting a Jeep is, do you need a slip yoke eliminator? Now that all depends on your own situation. In my situation, I don't think I actually need one, but the person that installed my lift kit recommended that I do get one. Just because he did notice slight driveline vibrations when he drove it. It definitely does vibrate a little bit, so I think in the future I will be getting a slip yoke eliminator. And I know Rusty's Off-Road does have a kit with their advanced adapter slip yoke eliminator, plus their Tomwood CV drive shaft. So I think that might be the next step for this Jeep. Other than that, I've really been putting this rust hole off. I need to actually finally get to it, and I think I'm just going to try to get the whole rocker panel replaced instead of just patching up this hole. I know I've been talking about replacing this whole thing for a long time now, so I think it's finally time to actually get that done and undercoat the whole undercarriage of the Jeep as well. Overall, I am really happy with how it turned out. It actually does look like higher than I was expecting, and I kind of assumed that's what it would look like, mostly because the rear of the Jeep was already sagging quite a bit. The rear leaf springs were completely flat, and that's one thing you have to watch out for with these old Jeeps, is that the suspension does sag a lot. So whenever you get it lifted, it's probably going to be higher than the actual lift says. So I got a 3-inch lift, and it feels like it's a lot taller than just 3 more inches. I think it looks really good overall, especially from the front. I think the front is actually my favorite angle right here, especially like when you turn those LED headlights on. It just looks really good like that. I will be doing a more detailed, in-depth review of the lift kit plus the wheels and tires, as well as a whole video explaining my first impressions. If you guys have any questions or video suggestions for videos you guys would like to see in the future, make sure to drop those down in the comments below. And if you guys like this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.